Hi students, today's lesson is from the supplementary book The Thief's Story and it is written by Ruskin Bond. Children, before I go into this chapter, I would like to tell you one thing clearly, that whenever you read the chapter, whether it's a prose or a poetry, you need to go deep into the meaning of that literature part or that prose part, because that gets easy for us to comprehend. So today's lesson is The Thief's Story. It is written by Ruskin Bond. About the author first, children. Ruskin Bond is an Indian writer of British descent. He has done a commendable job in writing literature pertaining to children, for which he has got a number of prestigious awards. He has been honored at all levels because his literature, whatever he has written for children, his stories, are very easy to understand and children enjoy it. So today's chapter is The Thief's Story. In this chapter, there are two characters. First is Hari Singh, who is a 15-year-old, is a professional thief. I'm using the word professional to lay emphasis on the fact that he has a fairly good hand in stealing. He's a very smart boy and he knows how to get his work done. He keeps on changing his identities, his names, to run away from the police so that nobody hunts for him. He is able to look out for him. The second character is that of Anil. Anil is 25-year-old. He's a thin, lean, generous, very kind-hearted person. He's always ready to help everybody. He earns his livelihood by writing articles. He has an obsession, children, for reading and writing. So that was about the two characters, and this Hari Singh is the protagonist of this chapter, means the main story revolves around him. He keeps on weaving the story. So this thief's story, it is set up, it starts from a wrestling match where there are a number of audience there watching a wrestling match. And this Hari Singh is also there and Anil is also there. As I told you at the very outstart, that Hari Singh is a very smart person and he's always changing his identity because he knows only how to steal, how to rob people. He's not doing any other work. So his eyes are on the people in this wrestling match to ascertain who are the easy prey, easy victim for him to steal. So he finds this Hari Singh. When the match is over and the crowd disperses, Hari Singh enters into a conversation with Anil. He exchanges pleasantries, talks good about him, uses good words. With the result, Anil gets somewhat infatuated towards Hari Singh. So they walk down, and while they're walking, Anil is on his way to home, and Hari Singh is bent upon, motivating him, understanding him, thinking that he will get impressed by him. And finally, Anil does. As I told you, he's a very kind, very generous person. And when they reach home, Hari Singh tells him that he has no livelihood. He would like to serve him, would like to work for him. But for that, Anil refuses point blank. And he says, I have no other work to do. I can't keep you at home. But then he feels this person, Hari Singh, needs help. And he tells him that if he can cook for him, he could keep him. And they both agree. They enter into this agreement and they reach home. By and by, as the days keep on rolling, children, Hari Singh keeps on winning over Anil's heart. He keeps on doing stuff for him. But when he cooks the first day, that food turns out to be very, very disastrous, children. And what happens? Anil tells him that he will not let him cook. He will teach him how to read and write. So finally he shows him how to read and write and he keeps on teaching him. But since this character, Hari Singh, is a very fictitious character, is a very mischievous character, because the thought of stealing, the thought of robbing people keeps on always lurking in his mind. So he's always thinking, how can I rob Anil? And he knows that he has no other means of living, except he writes articles and sends it for publication. But one day, when Hari Singh thinks that, I have to do this task tonight, and finally he thinks of robbing Anil. And when they both go off to sleep, he sees Anil keeping his money under the mattress, children. It's an old setup of the house, children. So he thinks of robbing him, but simultaneously an idea flashes in Hari Singh's mind that when Anil will come to know about this robbery, he will feel bad. He will feel sad. He will think that, I trusted this person and he deceived me. But since he's a professional thief and he needs money and he robs people like that, he brushes aside that idea, children. He keeps that idea away and finally walks in quietly, pulls out. I said he's a professional thief. So he pulls out that money beneath the mattress and elopes, runs away. And when he reaches to the station, there's another thought, children, which overlaps his mind. And that thought is, why did I do this? And when Anil will come to know about this, how sad he will feel. Another thought flashes. He taught me how to read and write. I can also earn my living by that. He feels that it is a wrong thing that he did. See, children, whenever there is a turning point in somebody's life, it can be anything. It can be the way Anil did for Hari Singh. Hari Singh had robbed so many people, but this Anil proved a turning point in his career, in his character. So what he did, he came back from there, did not board the train, went back to Anil's house and silently crept in the room, kept the money under the mattress and went off to sleep. Next morning, when Anil got up from sleep, he got up earlier, prepared tea for everybody, and then Hari Singh got up late. When he got up, Anil gave him a 50 rupee note, children, and said, from today, I will give you 50 rupees because now my publication has got approved. Children, when he hands over that 50 rupee note to Hari Singh, that note is wet, it is damp. Why was it wet? Why was it damp? It was wet, it was damp because when Hari Singh was coming from the station, it was raining. So the notes were wet. And when Hari Singh got that note, wet note of 50 rupees, he understood that Anil knows I have robbed him last night, but he did not tell him anything. Simultaneously, Anil did not give him any clue, children, that you have robbed me last night and you did something wrong. That was the backdrop of the story, children. But as I always say, there is a theme to something. The theme of this story is that human values and relations are more important. And a soft touch and understanding touch can change somebody's life. And in this story, Anil's gesture, Anil's kindness, Anil's open-heartedness, Anil's acceptance changed Hari Singh's life. From a professional thief, he started learning, reading and writing. So Anil was the character who changed Hari Singh's life. We should keep on doing like this, children. It is not must that anybody who's done a mistake, we make that person realize that you have done a mistake. It is better we remain silent. Don't give him those notions, those gestures that you did something which I know, but you can change him otherwise also. That was the story, and I'll do some of the few of the questions, children, which are coming to my mind. The first question is, why did Hari Singh approach Anil? As I told you, this story starts in a wrestling match. He approached Anil because Hari Singh, as I said, was a professional thief. And he did not have earnings those days. He was in a hunt of a very soft prey whom he could easily track in and rob. So that was why he had approached Anil. Number 2, what did Anil and Hari Singh agree upon to be the mode of payment? Anil and Hari Singh agreed upon one mode of payment. He told Hari Singh if he knew how to cook, and Hari Singh agreed upon that, which he finally was telling a lie, but he agreed upon that mode of payment. He would feed him, and that was the only mode of payment they would give him. Number 3, How was the morning after the night of the theft? The morning after the night of the theft was a regular morning, children. It was a routine morning. There was nothing new in it. There was no change in the attitude of Anil. He was same what he was. He did not even give him an idea to Hari Singh that he knew he had robbed him last night. The last question. Had Anil really forgiven Hari? Yes, indeed, he had forgiven Hari. He wanted a reform, a hardcore robber into a decent person, into a person who could earn his decent living through reading and writing. Thank you very much, children. That was for the day. God bless you all.